Morning posters promised songs at dusk. Somewhere nearby, a small sound said, "Not today." Under the old bridge, a fox curled around a violin, trying not to cry. Tears came anyway. Pip, the little hedgehog with a leaf-green scarf and its single knitted leaf, paused, breathed, and listened all the way. He knelt a paw step away. "May I sit with you?" Willa's nod was tiny, but it was yes. He matched her breaths, slow in, slower out, until her shoulders softened. The twins laughed. She whispered, "My bow snapped. I can't play the festival." Pip turned the broken bow, gentle as if it were a wing. "It makes sense to hurt." A kind shadow filled the arch. Elder moss lowered a paw with pine resin and beeswax. From the stone seam, Nettle the spider peeped. "Silk?" she offered, like a gift from a pocket. "Consent first." Willa nodded again. They made a tiny workshop. Fern tray, scarf pad, hope for light. Pip warmed wax. Elder moss steadied the stick. Nettle traced a silver line of silk. Lark the wren zipped in with a fallen feather. "For the bow," she chirped. "If it helps." The bow held, but the E-string was missing, a small disaster shaped like a gap. "Strings don't swim," Pip said, looking toward the stream. "But friends do." Brooke the otter rolled from the water laughing, then dove, then rose with a glint. "Found one." They dried it on Pip's scarf. Torto the tortoise counted a slow 3. Calm arrived on 4. Willa tuned. A note trembled, then brightened. Possibility sat up. Overhead, lantern garlands swayed at the festival meadow. Rowan the stag carried the last line. The twins, the same mice who'd laughed, watched from grass tips, ears low with regret. Wind stitched the hills without asking. Garlands bucked. A knot failed. A pole lurched. Rowan steadied, but the stage-cloth tore. Lark cried, "The festival!" Willa's courage wavered. "Maybe the forest doesn't need my song." Pip looked at her, not the mess. "Maybe the forest needs exactly your song." Elder moss turned to the gusts. "Then we build a quieter place for it to land." Tamar the beaver slapped his tail like a starting bell. "Shelter line, friends." Rowan braced 2 poles. Elder moss anchored canvas with his weight. Brooke rerouted a puddle. Lark threaded twine. Nettle tied safety knots that looked like tiny stars. The twins crept close, paws shaking. "We were unkind," one said. "We can carry. We can clean." Pip met their eyes. "Helping won't erase it. Owning it might. Try." They moved faster than shame. Leaves became cushions. Petals became soft lanterns. Fireflies drifted in as the wind settled, tiny lamps voting yes. Willa stood at the edge of the mended space. Her paws remembered the laugh. Her chest remembered the breath. Torto nodded to her, steady as a metronome. Pip breathed with her once more. Silence made a small bowl. Willa placed the first note in it. Rowan lowered his head. Elder moss closed kind eyes. The twins listened like students to their first lesson. Lark harmonized a whistle. Brooke tapped a riverstone beat. Tamar kept time with a soft tail drum. The song found more hands. Crickets, leaves, a hush only brave places keep. When the last note stood tall, silence held it gently. Then the forest answered. Willa bowed to everyone who had waited for sadness to finish speaking. "Thank you." Pip tied one thread of green from his scarf to Willa's bow. "For when your song hides," he said, "so it can find its way back."
Some hurts need witnesses before they can heal. Apologies grow when hands get busy. In Bravewood, we learned that the smallest kindness can begin a chorus, and that when someone is crying, arriving gently can turn a lonely echo into a shared song.